Hi everyone, it's Jen from Mind Eye, and we're going to do the December 15th, 2024 full moon, and it is a cold moon. And when I sit here and I see all the elements that actually come through on this astrological reading, you actually can't even contain or cement it. So when I actually say that it's pentacle on pentacle energy, it is true earth energy with cold energy, uh, with something that if it's forced, it would be a slam. This is something of a gentle drop. It is something of a gentle dew. It is something of a gentle, mild stray. So when I actually see everything go through really well, uh, from the new moon, it actually stays well to the highest point of regard. So when I actually say that this astrological month of December does really well for the collective, even though it is still harsh because of Jupiter, it really goes through harder when you can't even array something, disarray something, or anything like that. So let's actually look at the cards and see what's going to happen for this full moon. That I just when I'm actually staring at it in perspective, it's going to be good. All right. It is a cutaway. It is the five of diamonds. It is a wholesome moon, the three of hearts. It is the eight of clubs, where you can't do anything. So it's something like as far as when I see the Farmer's Almanac, I actually see that it can't even be done, even snow, it won't stick. And that is kind of the butt of the joke of everything with this Joker card. I see everything as we see life play out, nothing is sticking around that time. The Ace of Hearts says it is wholesome around Christmas and Yule. The Two of Clubs says it is a get together, but I still see um, some signs more travel, not a lot of big family get-togethers, but it's still good and wholesome. The Jack of Clubs wants to come out, but I see the Jack of Spades really honing in and through like an arrow, like a bow and arrow. But the King of Hearts says, no, just continue to be saving and be frugal. And actually, you just have to excuse me. I actually see a earthbound spirit in the house. That happens, especially when it's cold. It comes through a little bit harder. So when I actually see the Queen of Spades come through, I do see the hearth. I do see the home. I do see everything about it on where it should be, because the King of Spades, that you just can't make it up how they came out together so hard and so fair that they sit solid together during this cold moon. Now, lastly, with the Four of Spades, it is a continuum on. So, what does that actually mean for astrology? What does that mean for the collective for that full moon as it's played out from the new moon and other astrological things that have happened in this year? So, basically, all you need to know from just the energy, it is a full through push on to make someone stand up and actually get away from the table per se and actually go out and do and execute out on an action so gentle that you can't say no to them. It's what we used to call a forward push. It's a good thing. So let's look at the tarot. All right. Now, with that being said, you couldn't even do it alone. That execute out. You just couldn't do it alone. You just couldn't even do it in. You couldn't even boo it in. You couldn't even sue it in on a lame of a deme of a lay of a day of a say of a GAE, which is, pro 2A to get it done. All forms of the meaning of the spelling to the sun that actually has the Six of Pentacles so well fair on an offering that comes through on a 14 that gives anxiety, sorrow. But I don't see the collective actually being like that because I see legal, I see judicial, I see contracts, I see everyone working together smoothly. The Four of Pentacles is a lack of reticence, which is securement of inheritance in a form of a delay. But with the Three of Wands in reverse, it says it can't go out because foresight was none. It was none. The Seven of Swords goes, no, you can't do it at all. I see collaboration. I see all of it. I see how it wants to steal, like they said in the news recently about steal, but I see all forms of the meaning steal. It really is hard at work to be it all, to show it all, to be a bay, but with that push coming in to make the forward go out, it literally has the Two of Wands looking, saying, this was a look out the window, even gently, that made people notice something wrong or right in everyone's life and where it went. So how does that look and work for the cold moon? It literally means even if you look at the moon, it's just you're going to get what you need, exactly what you need. That Knight of Wands is that passionate beginning. The King of Cups says there's no alignment. I don't see chakras well in alignment, but that gets well attuned over the new year few months. There is a huge energy separation with the Lover's card in reverse. The Three of Swords says in reverse, it's absolutely heartbreaking, but I see comfort around that energy. This is gentle female energy with the Empress. It comes in hard, but gentle. It's something that some have actually gotten attuned to or downloaded, maybe dreamt of, or felt it throughout the day. And that's the High Priestess. This is an inner knowing to a higher self knowing so hard that the Eight of Swords has healing to where it wraps around you, feeling a little hostage at night and literally going right through to where you need to do things. There's no contentment though. There's no happiness about what actually gets put forward. It has been such a delay of how honor can be escorted in on any form of plain meaning. So let's look at an oracle and see what else is going on. All right. So let's look at actually the Star Seed Oracle, intuitive. All right. So with this, I see adventure and saying yes to changes. I'm seeing trusting that timing, like we've talked about in many videos and other months. It's just trusting that wave that you come into that you need to get things done. It literally is, you know, devotion when you make it like a prayer. A prayer is a silent call for war. When you call in that war during December 15th, full moon, the cold moon, after everything that's been happening, you literally have to say, call in support from all forms. Everyone has something that I see, even if you're not seeing eye to eye, to help whatever needs to be escorted through. There's a lot of like study when I see, and I see more observancy. That's what this means. It's earth school, life lessons, it's study, higher learning. It's just through observancy. I do see a softening to love and a little bit less anger. When I actually see everything, when I look at the Seven Star Sisters card, Birth and Creations, there is a newborn. It is an analogy that comes in and it's meant for fated life. It meant to be separated this hard and then come together, written or not. So when you actually see this, it's spontaneous awakening activation. It's like aha moments come right through. Completed, completed. This is something of lost gifts but not completely lost. They've been dormant then when you need to get something done. So let's look at the runes and then we will look through the crystal and see what else has to do. I hear the peach moonstone. So when I look about and I know about and I see about a day delay and you get lost in translation and you lose track of time because you took a day off to almost 14 days off, it seems to be a gift. Were you meant to be at rest completely? So when I actually look at this cold moon, I actually say like maybe the universe did put you at a rest, at ease. Because when I see this, it is a little defensive when some individuals come through. It is so wool, which is a hard strength that comes in like a strike. And what I've seen throughout the day is a huge lightning strike. So as it's showing me, it's almost like lightning, like snow lightning that comes through. And when it comes through, it is a hard strike, especially upon a tree. But when I see the meaning, a TRE, that literally means like a ghost of war. So that cold moon is going to have gentle, hard energy around you to get what you need done. And as you can see, this is so multifaceted. This has to do with a lot of what we call heritage to get it done. It literally has wealth coming through, that energy through the moon. It will flow so well that you can't even get moon water well. It really is like a spoke wheel with a drop of a ball, and you get it done just out of chance. It is not broken fate, it is a flip of fate per se. But I really, when touching this broken, faded rune, it was a destiny life meant for wrong. So basically, what has happened throughout the year that this cold moon is going to correct is going to force people out in a way that it's supposed to be forced naturally and gently. And force means getting activities of daily living done, agenda done properly, everything that they have been putting on the back burner. So they can actually sit around Christmas and Yule and New Year's actually comfortable this year. It's truly just manaz, which in Awas, which is just strength of the man, that caused a freeze that actually torched. But where was this freeze? Because I'm not seeing anything astrological other than Orion that can cause quite the disrupt. But it really was everything about a warrior. We are the warrior, whether we realize it or not. So when it comes to living, which is Ingwa, and you have Uras, which is power, and you have Raido, which is the energy throughout you, you gotta have Wunho, which is joy. So as it comes through, translating from Viking and Norse runes, it literally means like you got to put on what you need, be pleasant, and when you actually do whatever you gotta do, don't be trolling to give people ulcers. There's something about this. There's something about this cold moon that actually goes about. So I'm trying to cut away a little bit more. It is a good thing, it is a bad thing, but really, is it so? It really isn't so, from what I can hear. But it's truly Degas. It is the words that cut through the paperwork to get it done that you just couldn't even do. There's something about paperwork. When this cold moon in December 15th comes through, it's gonna do. And people are gonna stand up and say, all done. And that's all you need to know. It doesn't matter where you work at all. So let's look at the crystal and then we will be done. Basically, all you need to know is that as we close out this year, everything is done as where it needs to be. As far as astrological signs, the zodiacs, the stars, the moons, the way it plays out, the seasons, and it was done in a way unknown where you actually look at a coin like Pirates of the Caribbean, and it's fascinating because you look at it and you say, there's some sort of connection that came to my life where I sit here and I'm contented by sitting at the table alone or by myself alone or with the kids alone or even maybe you're not seeing eye to eye with other family members or friends or coworkers and you're like I can sit next to you and I'm fine and they're like I want to know why you're that content. It basically means that you just can't even get anything done because everything was a right, everything was a wrong, and everything was done. So the way everything was written legally and lawfully, no matter how you did it throughout your life, that cold moon is going to give you that propel forward, that energy, whatever you've been looking for this whole entire year. So with that being said, that's all I've got left for the rest of the year as far as astrology. We will definitely take a look at how January will be. But with that being said, any questions, concerns, or comments, go ahead and leave them, and I will talk to you all soon. Have a great night.